comfortable seat, we're going to do just a very short breath practice this morning to begin, just to settle the mind, to become more aware of the body and the present moment, right? We always want to begin with a sense of calm and awareness. Short breathing practice this morning, and then we're going to move into the asana portion of the yoga, and we're going to incorporate some of the breathing into the movements, and then we'll end and have enough time, ideally, for a really healing, juicy shavasana. All right, so come into a comfortable seat if you're not already. Take a moment to feel where your bottom is against the floor and see if you can just sort of even out the weight on your sits bones. Go ahead and roll the shoulders back and down. Let your hands rest comfortably anywhere you'd like. And when you're ready, if available to you, allow your eyes to softly close. I'm just taking a moment here just to tune your awareness inward and feel. Feel, if you can, the length of your spine, the freedom of your head sort of floating. And then feel into your breathing. How is it right now, right here, before we start to shift and alter it? If you're holding a lot of tension or stress, or life is really challenging for you right now, like it is for so many, let's just together take a really big full breath in, feel that expansion, and let the breath go. Let tension go with it, and feel maybe how the shoulders get a little heavier. And then gently close your lips and let all the breath flow in and out of your nose, smoothly, and somewhat fully. So begin to feel how good it feels to allow your lungs to expand as you breathe in. And what maybe can release as you breathe out? What gets a little softer, a little heavier? And then notice, if you can, where you feel the sensations of breathing. It may be in the chest, maybe in the abdomen, it may be in the nose or throat, maybe it's in all of those places. Tune your awareness into what you're feeling with your breathing. And then we're just going to practice simple diaphragmatic breathing. So I'm just going to explain it as you continue to make your breath long and free and smooth. For many of us, when we're stressed, the breath is high up in the chest and a little short or fast or erratic. And if we want to calm the nervous system and come into that parasympathetic state of relaxation, we want to engage the diaphragm muscle. We want to allow the belly to expand as we breathe in. The diaphragm actually drops, pulls down to expand the lungs. That's why the belly protrudes, yeah? And then the diaphragm rises back up as we breathe out. And we just activate that main breathing muscle of the diaphragm. It's the way we're meant to breathe. It's a healthier way to breathe. So let's just try it wherever your pace is in your breathing. As you inhale next, allow your belly to get bigger without forcing it. And as you exhale, feel the natural drawing back of your belly toward your spine, right? And you can accentuate it, belly expanding as you breathe in, and belly hugging back inward as you breathe out. Good, and as you continue to do this, see if not just the front of the belly can expand, but the sides and even the back of the belly, known as the low back, yeah? And everything hug backs in towards center as you breathe out. So imagine 360-degree expansion on the inhalation, narrowing back toward your core, toward your center on the exhalation, right? And as you do this, keep the eyes soft, the neck soft, and the shoulders very relaxed. And just play with it. Your rhythm and pace is perfect. Notice how, if you can, keeping the neck muscles out of breathing, right? Keeping the chest muscles even out of breathing. So you're really isolating the breath into the lower portion of the lungs. Not really, the lungs are still filling, but we're really isolating that movement of the diaphragm to help us breathe. Good, and then on your next exhalation, after The belly hugs back inward. I want you to actively pull the navel toward the spine. Wake up the core muscles, the pelvic floor muscles. Good. And then inhale, let that belly free and expand. And as you breathe out, the belly will naturally hug back in, but then I want you to actively pull it in. So there's a pause at the bottom of the exhale, engaging your core. Good. And then let it go, expand. Releasing the breath, soften, and hug the belly in. See how tight you can get those core muscles. Good, and then expanding. We'll just do 3 more like that. And releasing, hug in, keep the spine long, expand, release the belly, feel its freedom. And as the breath empties, the belly narrows, and then you pull the navel in. Get a little taller through the back of the skull. Last time, release the belly. Let it be really free to grow as big as comfortable. And as you release it, when the breath is almost empty, hug in, squeeze the sides of the waist in, lengthen up through the back of the skull. Good, and then a free breath. Let it go anywhere it wants to go. And let all that go. Allow the shoulders again to drop, the sit bones to root. Good. So that's our breathing practice this morning. And now let again the breath just be free and easy through the nose. Notice if it feels a little different than when you started. Notice your mind shift. Notice how your body feels, right? We've definitely shifted things. And just take a moment to appreciate and notice that. And then when you're ready on the next breath in, just reach up the arms. Fold forward as you breathe out. Hands to the floor. Maybe elbows to the floor. Maybe forehead to the floor, depending upon how flexible your spine and your hips feel right now. And see if you can create some space there in the back side of the body, letting the breath just flow through it all, without forcing or efforting in any way. And see if the sit bones can stay planted. You might feel more expansion in the low back here as you breathe in. And then curling the hands back toward you, go ahead and just sit back up nice and tall, roll the shoulders, wiggle the head if you like, and then just uncross your legs and recross them the other way with the opposite ankle in front. Often this feels a little funky on your hips. Right? And then when you're ready, both sit bones plant, arms lift, inhale. And just fold again as you exhale. So we're already getting a little bit into the hips, a little bit of space and opening for that low back. Make sure the shoulders aren't hiking up to the ears here. There might be some nice space behind the heart, behind those shoulder blades separating that you can breathe into now. Maybe you even feel it in the back of the neck. So you kind of direct the energy and movement of the breath throughout the body, just to free up any blockages, anything that feels impinged. Good, and start to crawl your hands back toward you to come back up to seat, a comfortable seat. Go ahead and roll the shoulders once more, wiggle the head. Okay, we're going to make our way to hands and knees here. So just stack things up so shoulders are right above wrists and hips are right above knees. And just a couple cat-cows. So belly's going to drop, hands pull to the knees as you gaze forward on your breath in, collarbones wide. And then rounding as you breathe out, separate the shoulder blades, pull the navel to the spine, empty, 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 and dome. Good, and once more, inhale. So the ribs move away from the pubic bone on the front side, and on the exhale, the back ribs move away from the pelvis. Good. Feel free to shift around the head or hips. Find some spirals. Just loosen things up a bit, tuning into the body and breath. Beautiful, you guys. And then with the right knee You can bring the knees together. Sometimes that's a little helpful here, actually. Just take the left foot to the back of the mat. So you're going to straighten out the left leg. The toes are going to curl under, so you're on the ball of the foot. You might even slide the foot a tiny bit closer toward your hands, so you can really press into that left foot and hover the right knee off the floor, just an inch or two. Lengthen through the back of the skull from left heel to head. And on an exhale, draw that bent right knee toward the chest. Empty the breath. And then inhale the right foot all the way up to three-legged dog. And exhale, shift forward, right knee toward the chest. Empty the breath. Use your core. Inhale, right foot up, three-legged dog. Once more, exhale, knee to chest. Press into both hands. Good. And then inhale, three-legged dog, right foot all the way up. Pause. Just turn the right toes out to the right. Let the left heel dip a little lower. Bend the right knee and aim it up. Feel free to wiggle the head or wiggle that right foot. Make it feel kind of nice here. Good. And then reach the right foot back, toes point down, three-legged dog again as you breathe in. And as you exhale, leading with that right knee toward the chest, you're just going to step the right foot all the way up to the front of your yoga mat. If it doesn't come up there, you can carry it up there, drop the back knee down. And on your in-breath, both hands rise up. On your out-breath, ribs toward front thigh and arms reach back. And then once more like that. Inhale, rise up, reach up, let the hips dip low. And exhale, hands down, frame the front foot with your hands, lift the back knee off the floor. We're going to do that again with the back knee lifted. You can put a little bend in it if you like. Inhale, crescent pose, rise up with the hands and torso. Exhale, ribs low over that front thigh and hands reach back. Inhale, rise up, reach up, sink into the legs if you want a little more and look up. And ribs to front thigh, hands back. Exhale. As easy or challenging as you want. Rise up, reach up, sink in. Good. And then hands to the mat as you breathe out. Step the back foot to the front of your mat. Come into a flat back as you breathe in. Lengthen your spine, draw the shoulders away from your ears, and fold forward as you breathe out. Feel free to wiggle the head, clasp elbows and sway. Whatever you need here is great. And then bending the knees, let your arms float back, let your ribs graze your thighs. Lift your shoulders away from the floor. Create a nice long spine, bent knees. Chair pose is your inhale, hips low but hands high. And ribs low, hands back, exhale. Twice more. Inhale, chair pose. You can go as low or high as you want. Exhale, ribs to thighs, hands back. Good. Inhale, chair pose, sink low, reach high. Stand on your exhale, hands to the heart. Roll those shoulders back, press into the feet. Draw the navel in as you breathe out. Reach up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale, hands to shins is great. Plank pose, exhale, step it back. Hold your plank, don't go anywhere just yet. Shoulders away from ears, navel to the spine. Breathe. All right. We're going to do the other side. I haven't forgotten, but we're going to detour a little bit here. All we're going to do, we're going to roll to the outer edge of the right foot, stack the left foot on top, and inhale the left arm up, hips away from the floor. Plank pose. Exhale on the toes. Good. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. Pull the belly in as you exhale. Shoulders down the back. Pivot to the outer edge of the left foot. Right foot on top, or it could be in front of it. Right arm up, hips up. Breathing in. Good. And plank pose as you breathe out. Lengthen. Inhale from heels to head. Belly hugs in as you exhale to lower all the way down. And then cobra pose. Shoulders back, heart up. Inhale. Curl the toes, downward dog. Exhale. And find your breathing. Building a little warmth in the body. Okay, so it's always easier on the second side just because you know, you have an idea what we're doing. Although it's not always easier because some sides, often one side's tighter than the other. So you're just going to shift forward to plank, take both knees back down, and one cat-cow. Belly drops, heart extends forward, breathing in. Rounding the back, separate the shoulder blades as you breathe out, pull the navel in, create that beautiful space in the low back. Adding in a swivel, spirals, whatever feels good, just to loosen up. And then a nice neutral spine. All right, right toes to the back of your mat. So that right leg is long, the ball of the foot is on the floor. And again, sliding the foot a little closer to the hands is helpful here. Good, so engaging the back leg. On an exhale, you're just going to hover the left knee off the floor. Feel it out. Breathe. Keep the breath flowing. If the breath can't flow, back off the pose. It's no problem. Knee to the chest as you breathe out. So it's core muscles. Squeeze that navel in. Three-legged dog as you breathe in. Knee to the chest. Breathing out. Lift the face away from the floor. Three-legged dog as you breathe in. Belly expands. Knee to chest, breathing out. Squeeze, empty. Good, and left foot back up on your breath in. Turn the left toes out. Bend that left knee, aim it up. Right heel dips. Right thigh draws back. Equal the weight in your hands. Feel free to wiggle the lifted foot or head. It's all good. And then extend that left foot back. Three-legged dog. Toes are going to point down. Leading with the knee, step it up as you breathe out. Drop the back knee down. Rise up to crescent moon on your in-breath. Arms lift. Ribs expand. Ribs low, hands back. Exhale. Rise up, reach up. Inhale. And ribs low, hands back. Exhale. Good. Rise up. Maybe look up. Inhale. Lift those front ribs. Hands to the earth as you breathe out. Frame the front foot. Lift the back knee. Maybe you want to bend it a little bit to rise on up, crescent pose. Inhale. Beautiful. Ribs low, hands back. Exhale. Crescent. Inhale. Breathe in. Maybe sink low and reach high. Exhale. Ribs low, hands back. Last one. Inhale. Rise up, reach up. Sink into the legs. Back knee can tap if you want a little more. Hands to the earth. Exhale. Step the back foot up. Flat back. Inhale. Fold in half. Exhale. Chair pose. Bend the knees. Lift the hands. Inhale. Dynamic chair. Ribs low. Hands back. Exhale. Hips low. Hands high. Inhale. Lift those back ribs. Exhale, ribs low, pull the navel in. Sink low, reach high, breathe in, stand up, breathe out, hands to the heart. Belly pulls back, shoulders soft. Take a moment to explore the inner landscape, the breath, the sensations, maybe the heart beating. Beautiful. Reach up on your in-breath, lean back if it's nice. Fold on your out-breath, empty the breath, pull the navel in. Flat back on the inhale, plank pose, exhale. All right, so we're going to do that same little movement in plank, but we're going to do it a little faster now that we know. So option is for the feet to be together, or if you separate the feet, you can swivel heels side to side like the feet are on a balance beam, your choice. I'm going to do the swiveling balance beamy thing this time. So swivel heels to the right. Inhale, left arm up, hips up. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale, heels left, right arm up. Exhale, plank. One more time. Inhale, swivel over, left arm lifts. Exhale, plank. Inhale, swivel over, right arm lifts. And exhale, plank. Breathing in, lengthen from heels to head. Breathing out, navel pulls in, and you lower. Cobra pose is the inhale. Rise on up. with the heart, and downward dog. Exhale, breathe. Feel free to wiggle your dog, pedal the knees, roll the head around, whatever feels good. We're going to drop into a child's pose because why not? And it's just so soothing for the nervous system. So in your child's pose here, take your knees quite wide and then lay your torso between your legs, forehead rests on your hands or on the floor. And come back into your breathing, right? Letting that belly expand in every direction as you breathe in. You might even feel it on your legs. And pulling back toward the spine as you breathe out. You can engage the core at the bottom of the out breath if you want to. And everything is optional, obviously. You do what feels right for you. Good. Keeping the breath flowing like this. Keep the elbows down on the floor, but just lift your head. Go ahead and look at the hands. Now you're going to do is you maybe need to slide your elbows a little further back. Makes it a little sweeter. You're going to lean into that right elbow, and on an inhale, you're going to lift your left arm up. As you lift your left arm up, I want you to pull that left hip crease back a little bit. Good. And then take your left hand all the way across the top of the right arm, off your yoga mat to the right, and drop your head. So the arms are crossed here. And then that left hip pulls back, 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 away from the left hand. And what you'll probably feel and find is some nice amount of sensation and stretch and release into that left side of the low back, maybe even the left ribs. See if the breath can flow there to free up any tension. Good, and then left elbow comes back down. So elbows in line with shoulders, yeah? They can be all the way back to the shoulders or a little bit forward. I like a little bit forward. You're going to lean into the left elbow now. On your inhale, you're just going to float the right arm up. Good. You're going to hug that right hip crease back. You're freeing up these right rib muscles, the intercostal muscles. Make sure the shoulders aren't at the ears there. Breathe. Good. And again, if the breath is impinged, back off from the pose a little. Take the right arm down across the left arm off the yoga mat to the left. Go ahead and drop your head and just keep hugging that right hip away from the right hand. And see if you can feel the spaciousness in the whole right side of the torso, the right ribs, the right waist, all the way down to that right hip. Try to relax the neck. Keep the breath flowing. Beautiful. All right, we're going to take the right hand back onto the mat. Take a moment just to kind of pull the elbows back and the heart forward so you feel that beautiful length through your spinal column, and then lift the elbows, lift the hips, take the feet a little wide, knees hover up and back, wide downward dog. Go ahead and take the hands wide too, so maybe the pinky fingers and pinky toes touch the long sides of your yoga mat there. Let the inner thighs kind of roll back, and then you're just going to lean into the left hand, take the right arm all the way under you to the outer left leg, and just reach down as low as you comfortably can so your breath is still flowing. Let your head dangle. Now the hips are going to shift leftward. Can you shift the hips back towards center? You can use the arm to kind of pull the right ribs under as you press the left hand down and lift the hips away from it. And breathe. Heels dipping if possible. Breath flowing for sure. Good. Let's take the right hand back. Pinky finger touches the edge of the mat. Wide dog. Left hand unplugs to reach around to the outer right leg. As low as you comfortably can. Drop your head. Notice how the hips want to shift to the right. Can you bring them back towards center? Pull gently against that right leg to roll the left ribs under. Draw the right hip crease back. Find your breathing. Beautiful, you guys. Left hand back to the front of your yoga mat. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. When you're ready, walk on up. Flat back is your inhale. Folding on your exhale. You're going to rise up on the inhale. Reach up, open up, free it up. And hands to the heart. Exhale. Go ahead and roll those shoulders back and down. Pull the navel in. Stand tall. On an inhale, just reach up, lean back if it feels good. Fold as you breathe out. Flat back, inhale. And step it back to plank as you exhale. Breathing in, get that length. When you breathe out, navel hugs upward as you lower downward. And then inhale to your cobra. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Right foot lifts up, three-legged dog. Inhale. Right knee to the chest. Exhale, shift forward, plank. Right foot up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right knee, outer right arm this time. Exhale. Reach it back as you inhale. Right knee comes across to the left arm. On your exhale, pause. Pivot to the inner back foot. That heel is going to drop. Hug the right knee toward the chest and lift the left hand up. You can drop the right knee down if you need to. It's all good. Otherwise, hug it in. Spread your arms apart. Left hand comes back down, right foot back up, three-legged dog, inhale. Right foot steps up as you exhale. Crescent pose, inhale, rise up. Pause, turn right on your exhale, spread your arms. Breathe, drop those shoulders. Right hand can drop back to the left hamstring. Left hand reaches up. Maybe you drop into the legs lower. Maybe you're higher away from the floor. It's all good. Open through the left rib cage as you breathe in. Left hand to the floor as you breathe out. Right arm up as you breathe in. Right hand down as you breathe out. Step the foot back to plank pose. Inhale. Hug the belly in. Exhale, lower. Cobra pose. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Left foot lifts up. Inhale, three-legged. Left knee to the chest. Exhale. Face away from the floor. Three-legged. Inhale. Left knee, outer left arm. Exhale. Lift it toward the shoulder. Extend it. Inhale. Left knee over to the right arm as you exhale. Stay here. Knee away from the floor. Inner back heel drops. Right arm lifts. So you can keep the knee hugging inward, or again, you can put it down. It's all good. Breathe, reach up through those right fingertips. Right hand comes back down. Left foot back up, three-legged dog. We're almost done. Left foot steps forward on your out breath. Crescent pose, in breath. Rise up, sink low. Turn open to the left. Spread your arms, drop your shoulders, drop that left hand back. Reach up through the right hand. Sink into the legs as low as you want to go. Keep your breath smooth. Open into that right rib cage beautifully. Right hand down, exhale. Left hand up, inhale. Left hand down, exhale. Plank, inhale. Last time we're going to lower, exhale. Cobra is your inhale. Down dog is your exhale. Very nice. Bend your knees and look forward. And when you're ready, walk up to the front of your mat. Flatten out as you breathe in. Fold as you breathe out. And let your hands come to the floor. Just pivot your heel toe, I guess your feet apart a little bit. Toes are going to turn out. Heels are going to stay down as you dip your hips toward your heels. Hands to the heart, yogi squat. So see if you can find some nice length through your spinal column here. The triceps are pressing against the inner knees or inner thighs, and the legs are hugging against the triceps. The hands, if you pull them down toward the heart center, you can help the spine grow a little longer. And then soften the shoulders, the face, the neck. Feel, if you can, the movement of your belly as you breathe again. Letting it widen as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel it empty and then pull the navel in. So you're really waking up those pelvic floor muscles here. Twice more only. Inhale, expanding. Maybe growing a little taller through the crown. Exhale, hug in. Lengthen. Last one. Inhale, free up that belly. Good. Exhale the breath and then pull the navel in. All we're going to do from here, you guys, release your hands to the floor behind you. Drop your bottom. You're already really close to the floor. Roll back, hug your knees to your chest. Very nice. I like to rock a little when I get on my back. I find myself laying on my floor, usually on a rug or yoga mat, probably 2 or 3 times a day. And I just feel my spine come into alignment. It's one great thing about the floor. It's straight and solid to support you and to support your alignment, your posture. It's really quite nice. So do a little bit of core work since we've been working it. And then we'll take a couple stretches and drop into Shavasana. So feet on the floor, hips width apart. And make sure that you kind of anchor your low back down. You might need to sort of press against your feet or press your feet forward to anchor the low back as if you're hollowing out the navel, hollowing out the belly. Then you can bring your hands behind your head. And all we're going to do is hug the right knee toward the chest, kind of the theme today. And left shoulder, not elbow, reaches toward that right knee. And then right foot back down and both elbows back down. Rest. Inhale. Belly's going to expand. Exhale. Belly hollows out. Pull the navel in. Left knee to the chest. Right shoulder reaches toward it. Foot back down. Head back down. Inhale, expand. Good, just like that. Exhale the breath. Navel hugs in. Right knee, left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Belly expands. Exhale, breath empties, navel in, left knee, right shoulder, inhale back to center. So keep that going. I'm going to just give you an option if you want to make it a little more challenging, but really follow the breath. Take a full cycles of breath. So you might move a little more slowly or a little more quickly. So instead of bringing, for instance, right knee to left shoulder, you could take the right foot up and reach up with the left hand to the foot, and then back to center. Inhale. So exhale, left leg up, right hand to left foot. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pull that navel in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, navel in, and then you make your twist. Inhale to center. Let's just do 2 more each side. Keep the elbow, the bent elbow, nice and wide. Maybe it stays on the floor. Last one. Beautiful. We'll take the knees to the chest. Relax and rock a little. Nice. Okay. Let's take happy baby from here. Hands are going to catch the edges of the feet, heavy shoulders, long spine. Feel free to rock if you want to rock. Beautiful. And then let's just open those legs really wide, make a big V shape. You can hold your toes or support your inner or outer legs with your hands. I've got a wall over here a little in my way. Feel free to roll around the feet or head if you like. And on an exhale, when the belly pulls in, hug it in a little more to bring the feet up. Good. And then cross your knees here. Right knee over left knee. Bend the knees. Grab your knees and bring them toward you. So we get a little hip release here. Feel free to rock a little bit. Keep the right knee crossed over the left knee. Just take the left foot onto the floor, open the right arm out to the right, Let both knees drift over to the left. And you're going to feel some sensation in the right rib cage, maybe right shoulder, maybe right hip or low back. And just soften it with your breaths out. Feel some spaciousness and freedom arrive there on your breaths in. You don't need to hug the belly back on these out breaths, but you can feel, perhaps, the movement of the belly expanding on the in-breath and naturally moving back inward on the out-breath as you relax. You can use the left hand to bring the knees back up. When they come up, just uncross, knees to the chest for a moment, and then recross, left knee over right knee. Hug the knees in with your hands there. So that low back feels nice and long, back of the neck long as well. If you want to rock, you can rock. And then right foot lands down on the floor. Left arm opens to the left and both knees float over to the right. And notice what happens, right? There's sensations, there's awareness. Make sure there's no pain. Notice how the exhales help you to soften back, help you to let go, to release any discomfort mentally or physically. And now there is this inner expansion, this inner freedom that you can explore on those in-breaths. Receiving and releasing whatever's necessary. The right hand can help the knees back up. When they come back up, just uncross the knees. Take the soles of the feet together. Let both knees float apart. Place a hand on your belly, a hand on your heart if you like, so that you can feel that belly still rising and falling with your breath. Feel free to turn the head side to side. Bring the knees up on an out breath. Wiggle the feet apart. Let the knees touch together. Open the arms in a cactus or goalpost shape. You can look side to side to make sure the elbows and shoulders are aligned. And then let the knees just drift side to side. And you can turn the nose opposite to the direction of the knees if you want your whole cervical spine involved. So we freed up a lot of space in the rib cage and the intercostal muscles. Supported the movement of the diaphragm. So the lungs should, there's no should, but ideally the lungs are a little freer and healthier. Our breath is a little healthier as well now. So when the knees come back up, just wiggle the feet between the knees. Give your knees a nice big hug and squeeze. You can take your nose to your knees and give yourself a really big squeeze as you breathe in here. And then open up and let it all go, coming into your final resting pose, Shavasana, which you don't want to take for granted and you don't want to skip, ideally, because it's really important. So just let your palms flip upward if possible, but soften your hands. Get any movement out of the way so you can get really cozy and comfortable. If you're cold, grab a blanket. Close your eyes. Separate your top and bottom teeth. Notice your body right here, right now, supported by the earth. And then together through the nose, let's take a really full, easy and free breath in. Let the belly rise. Open the lips and let everything go. You'll notice the belly drop back and the whole body drop back against the floor. And then let go of any breathing, any moving, any doing. And simply notice the quality and duration of your breath when your body takes over in a calm state and breathes for you. You might be able to feel subtly, or more significantly, the rise and fall of your belly. You might feel it against your clothing. You might feel it against your mat. You're not engaging it or accentuating it. You're simply noticing it. This is how we breathe in a relaxed state. And you can allow your awareness just to rest there on the movement of the abdomen, or you can allow your awareness to rest on the movement of the breath as it enters and exits your nose. And just give your mind one very subtle, small, and easy thing to attend to that's internal, that's right here in your body, so that you stay present to all the juicy goodness of this moment, these moments that you're taking for yourself. And feel free just to hover there very gently, not forcefully in any way, until you might be ready just to drop in, to let go of even your awareness, so that you can completely rest and relax. And we can habituate our body to breathe in these healthier, really more natural ways. We begin to notice that we walk around just feeling better, both mentally and physically, because you may notice as you lie here in Shavasana that thoughts will change your breathing, just like physical exercise changes your breathing. And for many of us in our busy lives and the challenges that we face, our breathing changes and it doesn't support our health as much as it can. So it all begins with awareness, right? And just having compassion for yourself wherever you are along this path of working on yourself or becoming healthier in mind and body. Just acknowledge yourself. And right here, right now, if you're still with us in Shavasana, take a moment just to notice how you feel. It was a short practice. It was a potent practice. The way that we breathe can change pretty much every aspect of our lives. So I hope that that was helpful for you. I hope that your breath supports you, your practice supports you. I hope that you can send yourself some love and gratitude right here, right now, for whatever it is that you've just done, whatever you're going to do, and for exactly who you are in this moment. Namaste.